Now, let's jump into WordPress. These rules apply to everything, by the way, not just WordPress, but be it an operating system, the web server itself, everything. However, let's focus a bit on WordPress. So the first step when it comes to user account security, like, let's start with the most basic, like how do users log in, basically? And the first thing, of course, the most basic type of authentication is using a username and password. I think one thing we should start right away, like, yeah, we're saying like users should use strong passwords. However, lower your expectations. Instead of do not try to convince users to use strong passwords, because they won't. It's a very difficult process. So it's up to you to give them the available solutions, set up the correct systems in place to automate as much as you can. So, for example, you can use one of the free plugins. Is a plugin we develop, WordPress Open Security. It's completely free. You can use it to configure policies to require users to use strong passwords. But just enforcing passwords is not enough. You need to help users comply with it. So the second recommendation is use a password manager. Basically, with password managers, there are a lot of advantages. First of all, users only have to remember one password, not a big number of passwords. By the way, there are free ones which can be installed on your as desktop software, but there are also online ones. I personally, even at work, we use online ones because it's easier to share the same database between different devices. And also, like, the advantage about password managers, they have automated password generators. So basically, what you are doing here is, like, you're not just enforcing users to use strong passwords, you are actually creating this framework, you're creating these policies on your website to enforce strong passwords, but at the same time, you are giving the user a password manager. So the password manager takes care of automatically generating a strong password. So you are automating the system for the user without the user having to be involved. So you are reducing the friction for the user. And this is how it should be. Don't expect your users to use strong, because it is very difficult. So help them create the policies, give them the tools to automatically generate passwords, to save the passwords and stuff like that. And they just have basically to overview the process. They don't have to be involved or come up with anything complex themselves.